let's pick my February TBR via the prompt jar. Hello, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing amazing. It's that time to pick our February TBR, and we are going to be going via our trusty TBR jar again, but you may have noticed it's had a little bit of an upgrade. So we have got a little book mug. I actually got it for Christmas from my sister, and I thought this is like the perfect TBR jar, easy to get my hands into because of the other one I was really struggling. As usual, we're going to be picking out 5 books from the prompt jar, and that is going to make up our February TBR. But before we crack on, if you do find yourself enjoying this video, it would mean so much to me if you could like and subscribe. If you're a returning viewer, if you're a new viewer, it means so much. I love talking all things books, and if that means I can talk books with you, then that is even better. But without further ado, let's crack on. Okay, first prompt, let's go. I've still not updated my jar. I need to put new prompts in. A book set in the UK. Okay, I know what I'm going to pick for this already. This is going to be a really easy prompt, and we are going to be carrying on a series, and that series is going to be A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So my next book to read is book 2, and that is Good Girl, Bad Blood. I believe this is set in the UK. I mean, the first one was definitely set in the UK, and yeah, I mean, we've got a map there, and if that doesn't scream UK maps, I don't know what does. So yeah, nice, quick, easy one. No dilly-dallying. I like it. First book on the TBR is Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. Okay, let's give it a little bit of a mix-up. I'm going to go for one right on the top. Let's go for that one. It's taking its time to focus today, but we've got newest on TBR, and I actually recently got a book fairy. Someone was so kind to me, thank you so much. And that book was The Wolf King by Lauren Palferaman. I hope I'm saying that right. But I recently got gifted this. Thank you so much, Donna. I'm sure she most probably is not watching, but I'm just so appreciative of you. Thank you. And I'm so excited to read this one. I've actually seen this blow up quite a bit recently, and I just need to know what the hype is all about. I've heard the most glowing reviews, and you know what? I do feel like I need a bit of fantasy, romantasy back in my life. It's been quite some time since I've read a book from that genre, and I tell you what, I am one of those people. I never read a book that I've just bought. I know that sounds so insane, but I always feel like I've got a duty to read some of the older books that have been sitting on my shelf for quite some time. So I actually never just get a new book and then just read it straight away. So I feel like I'm being a little bit naughty with this one, but the prompt jar said newest on TBR, and I have to obey the prompt jar. So here we go. The Wolf King is our second book of February. That was another really quick and easy prompt. We are smashing through this today. Right. Third one, let's open it up. Okay, this is like a fun one, under 300 pages. I feel like romance is more than likely going to be the genre to have under 300 pages, but I'm just looking at my shelves and they all seem like really big books. I don't know. Before I go on to Goodreads, let me just take a step back, have a look at my shelves, see if I can see any tiny books. Okay, so I do feel like a little bit of a cheat because this was on a previous TBR and I never got around to it. But a strong contender is The Pictures of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. This has 249 pages, and I can't lie, I mean, I don't think the camera's doing it justice, but this looks like it should be a lot longer than 300 pages. Just looking at it like this, I thought it would be a lot more than 300 pages. So I was actually quite daunted by this book. I don't think I need to be because it's quite short, and also, and I've said it before, but look at this edition. It's so gorgeous. So that is a strong contender. We also have Anne Cleeve's A Lesson in Dying. My husband actually bought me this one quite some time ago, and I feel like for some odd reason I've never been gravitating towards it, but I don't feel like this is going to be a bad read. I feel like I am in a mood for a thriller rather than a classic. I really do want to get to A Picture of Dorian Gray though, but I have noticed I've got one more option as well, and that is What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. I've been after reading a T. Kingfisher book for the longest time. I need to know what the hype is about. T. Kingfisher gets such high praise, and I have a little bit of FOMO, like I need to know what it's all about. What do I go with? I'm actually so stuck. I kind of want to read both of them because I think This Anne Cleeves one is part of a series, and like I could generally find a new series that I love, but then this has been, I've been eyeing What Moves the Dead for so long. I've made my decision. I'm gonna go with What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. And the reason being is because it is a shorter book. So in my January TBR, I have A Little Life. I've not got round to A Little Life yet. It's currently the 22nd of January. I've still not read A Little Life, and that is 700 pages. So I think I'm gonna start that at the end of January, and that's gonna roll into February. So this actually might give me some leeway into actually completing my February TBR because it's a short book. Kind of feels like cheating when I say that out loud, but I'm still reading the book, I'm still reading my TBR. I am really, really excited to read this. So yes, this is gonna be number 3 on our TBR. I'm quite enjoying this TBR at the moment. The fact that we've got no romance, I'm actually quite, guys, sorry, just to interrupt the prompt TBR jar. I don't know if I like fluffy romances, guys. I don't know, maybe I just need a break from fluffy romances, I think. So if we could potentially not have any romances this month, that would be great. But anyway, third pick, we have got, oh, are you actually, you could actually not write that. Is that focusing? Yeah, we've literally got a romance book. Okay, note to self, never tell the jar what I don't fancy because it's gonna give me it. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean a fluffy romance book, does it? It could mean a dark romance. It could mean a cowboy romance. I mean, cowboy romances are fluffy romances though. I tell you what, I think I'm gonna carry on with a series because I'm in the middle of so many series at the moment and we need to try and knock that down. So we are already carrying on with A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So I know this has been on the TBR before and I'm sorry I didn't get around to it, but I think I'm just gonna choose The Front Runner by Elsie Silver. This is 3rd in the Gold Rush Ranch series. I completely forgot then. I think there's 4. We have got 4 in this series. So I've got 2 more to read. Apparently this is the best in the series. Gold Rush Ranch series, not really for me. I'm not sure Elsie Silver is for me, but I've got the rest of her books, so I'm gonna give her a try. I do not DNF either, so let's see how we get on. I do have high hopes because actually a lot of people that haven't liked the previous books have loved this one. So I do have high hopes. Maybe love is a bit of a strong word, but they did enjoy this one. So we're gonna put this back on the TBR. I'm sorry, this is recycled because I have had this on the TBR before. But I tell you what, I promise you I will get to this one so you don't have to see it ever again on another TBR video. I can't believe that. I was just literally like, I don't think I like fluffy romance books and TBR does me dirty. Anyway, last prompt, let's go with that one. Let's pinch that. What do we have? I don't know if you can see that. I think maybe the light is too bright. Oh, okay. We've got a book spine that you love. This is a nice fun one to end on, I think. So let's have a look at the bookshelves. Okay, this is a lot harder than what I originally thought it was gonna be. So I initially was gravitated towards The Housemaid. Nope, not The Housemaid, that's Frida. The Household by Stacey Halls. And I don't know, I feel that's really pretty. I love the blue, I love the leaves. So again, I was like, oh, okay, that's a good choice. I realized a lot of my book spines are just plain or not much going on. I thought this would be a really fun prompt. I also thought Clytemnestra was also quite a pretty spine with the gold and the red. I feel like it was quite striking. And actually, I feel like I could be, oh wow, this is floppy. I feel like I could actually be in the mood for Greek mythology, but I do think I would quite like to read The Wolf Den before I read kind of any mythology books. I don't know, I've just got that in my head and I can't really get that out. I don't know why. And then, which I thought was a very, very strong contender, was A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. Just look at that cover, like, it's just so gorgeous. So if I put them side to side, I clearly have a theme. I know what I like and I don't stray from it. I feel like when I'm looking at the viewfinder, they both look really pretty. I'm sorry, you could just see my head popping out. I don't know. I think obviously A River Enchanted is a little bit prettier, but I kind of, in my head, I feel like this is a spring read. I guess we're getting into spring. Realistically, I would choose A River Enchanted, but I think I'm gonna go with The Household by Stacey Halls, just because I'm being a little bit naughty here, and I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm gonna get to the historical fiction on my January TBR. And I really do love historical fiction. So I think because I'm not gonna get to The Secrets of Blythewood Square, I'm gonna pop this on there as a historical fiction. And that's it. That is our February TBR picked out. And might I just add, we have got a different genre for each book, and I'm gonna have that as a flex because I feel so lucky that I can read like any genre. I mean, I feel like non-fiction's not really my forte, but I am trying to like delve into a little bit of non-fiction, but more like memoirs as opposed to actual like self-help books and things like that. And I just love reading because personally I can delve into absolutely any genre and potentially find a new favourite. So I just feel so lucky about that. But let's have a little recap of our February TBR. First pick was Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. Then we have The Wolf King by Lauren Palfer-Raymond. Then we've got What Moves Dead by T. Kingfisher. Next is The Front Runner by Elsie Silver. And finally, we have The Household by Stacey Halls. So yeah, we've got cowboy romance, romantasy, historical fiction. I think What Moves the Dead is classed as a horror, and then we have a YA book. I'm actually so excited for February now. I think this is such a great lineup, and I actually feel like I am going to get through the whole of my February TBR, so I'm really looking forward to next month. But on that note, I'm going to leave this one here. I would love to know if you've read any of the books on my February TBR. Did you love them? Did you hate them? If you are a new viewer or even a returning viewer and you have not yet subscribed, please do. It really helps out, and I would love to have you. I hope you have a fabulous month reading, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.